This is Rock and Roll is supported by the Just Nuts Music School. Learn and play music every day. And also Manhattan Beer Distributors, the leading distributor of party beverages in the Bronx.
This is Rock and Roll.
Welcome to another edition of This is Rock and Roll. My name is Dennis Dion Nardone, and tonight we have something very special. Just recently, I was an MC at an oldies concert at Holy Cross High School in Queens. And on the stage, and I had the honor of bringing them out as the MC, we had Bobby Miranda, the original lead singer of The Happenings. And you remember those big hits like I Got Rhythm, Go Away Little Girl, See You in September back in the 60s. And then I'm going to interview Bobby. And then on the second half of the show, I have something very, very special. We have the son of the legendary Jackie Wilson, Bobby Brooks Wilson, the son of the legendary singer Jackie Wilson, who sings like him, looks like him, and performs like him with a great tribute to his father, Jackie Wilson. So I'm looking forward, and I think you're going to enjoy that interview as well. So right now, let's go to Holy Cross High School, and I'll be sitting with Bobby Miranda of The Happenings, talking about all the big hits. Let's go to Holy Cross High School. I remember growing up, I was in about 10th or 11th grade, and nothing like putting in that quarter in the jukebox and listening to The Happenings. And I gotta say hello to Bobby Miranda
Dennis,
of The Happenings.
my pleasure.
You don't know how excited I am to be sitting here with you. I mean, you know, you grow up, I'm 15, 16 years old, and listening to your songs, summer songs, on the beach, it's great. But anyway, I am so honored that I'll be able to bring you on stage.
Well, thank you. Thank
So,
you
how
much.
are you? How you doing? How's The Happenings?
Happenings are doing well. We have a new member, Ed Gaudio, who's great.
Is he related to?
No, he's not related
Okay,
to
no,
Bob Gaudio. I wish he were, you know.
Yeah.
No, and this is like his second job with The Happenings, and he's doing a great job. And it's refreshing.
All
I-
these years now, you live in California now.
I live in California.
Originally from Patterson.
Right.
And I did my homework. Now, when you guys graduated, you call yourselves the four graduates.
We were the four graduates in the beginning, yeah. And until I got involved with the Tokens,
Okay, yes.
I got
They
a,
produce your songs, right?
yeah, well, I first got a job with Jay and Hank Medris and those guys as a writer. I went in and played a few songs that I wrote on guitar, and they signed me to a 5-year writing deal. And so that was good. And then I brought in my group when they were putting the BT Puppy record thing together.
So we're
That
talking
late-
about what years? So 64?
This is 64.
Okay.
Yes. And 65, they brought in my group and we auditioned for them, and they signed us to a 5-year recording contract. And the first song we did was a song called Girls on the Go, which was a hit in Springfield, Massachusetts, and nowhere else. And the second session had See You in September on it. So that, of course, changed everything.
Now, let me ask you this, Bobby Miranda. Now, when did you realize you had a voice? When you were singing in a choir, church,
No.
all of a sudden, how did you find out you had a voice?
Well, I grew up with my ear on one of those old Philco radios on the floor
Yeah.
at my grandmother's house, and I mean, I knew all the standards
Yeah.
by the time I was in my teens.
Yeah.
But I didn't know I had a voice until probably 18. I mean, I knew I could sing, but I didn't know it was any good.
So you didn't do any singing in school, choirs, and
No.
all that type of stuff? Really?
No, nothing like that.
Wow. Okay, so let's spin forward a little bit. We come out and See You in September. How did that all develop, the song?
Well, as you know, it was a hit, moderate hit by the Tempos
Yes.
in 1959, maybe, something like that. And Mickey Eichner, who was one of the vice presidents up at Jubilee Records, suggested that song. He said, why don't you try and do something with that song? So, of course, I was familiar with the song.
Yeah.
And what we did was we took, I just didn't think, nothing against the Tempos,
Yeah,
but
right.
I just didn't think they gave the song justice.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
there's so much song value in that. And so,
So did you arrange it yourself, or you have someone in the studio arrange it?
no, the group itself arranged the vocals,
Mhm.
and then we brought it, the whole arrangement to Herb Bernstein, who did the music and
Yes.
embellished around the vocals.
Oh, okay.
And we didn't know it at the time, but we were creating a formula for a hit,
Yes,
for the next 4 or 5 hits.
yes, yes.
Were all old songs
Yes.
redone.
Something like the Duprees do.
Yeah, the Duprees, the Platters. It's not a new
Yes,
formula,
Yes, yes.
but it worked for us for quite a while.
My guest, Bobby Miranda of The Happenings, and still going strong after all these years. Now, how did we come up with the name The Happenings?
Well, the Tokens thought, and we thought too, that the Four Graduates was kind of dated.
Yeah.
The name, it was like the Four Freshmen and and all that. But so we came up with a laundry list of names. I can remember the Corduroys was one of them. The Bitter Lemons. God, thank God.
Bitter Lemons?
Thank God we didn't choose
You hear that
that.
first?
I don't think I'd be sitting here if it wasn't, if we did.
Oh,
but,
man.
but the Happenings was a new phrase back then. What's happening? You know? So,
Yeah, that's right.
it's what we thought would work and made it more contemporary, and it worked.
It worked, and it's brought you around the world singing and all these great hits. And Go Away, Little Girl. I just love that song. Great
I
song.
love this song too.
And I'm listening to you in sound check, and you sound just like you did years and years
wow, I don't
ago.
know about that.
It was
Thank you.
tremendous. How did that come about? You just
That-
liked it and you said, man, let's go in there and
That,
record it.
that came about because Carole King, who wrote it, came up to the office all the time and played her songs, new songs that she had written, wanted people to record them with the Tokens. The Tokens were doing the chiffons at the time.
Yes.
So she was up there playing her songs, and she said to me, why don't you try, this was when we already had See You in September.
Yeah.
She wanted to follow. And she said, why don't you try to do something with Go Away, Little Girl? And I said, yeah, but Steve Lawrence had a
Yeah.
#1 record with that. I mean,
Yeah.
it is. She said, yeah, but just put the Happening spin to it. And thank God, by her suggestion, we had a hit with Go Away, Little Girl. It was a good follow-up, I thought.
Yeah.
Wasn't as strong as September,
Right.
but it was a good follow-up.
Yeah, it sure is, and it's still a follow-up. And once again, I look forward to it on stage tonight in concert. We're at Holy Cross High School tonight, and we got the Duprees, the Happenings, and we got Chris Ruggiero, we got the Chicklets, and we have Bobby
Brooks.
Brooks Wilson,
Yeah.
the son of Jackie. And so a great show tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Now, I Got Rhythm, another great tune, big hit. How'd this all come about?
Well, that came about when, of course, we had the formula. Just take an old song and strip it down and put new vocal hooks in and stuff like that. And it wasn't working. After Go Away, Little Girl, we had a few bombs. Breaking Up Is Hard to Do. Why Do Fools Fall in Love? We tried that formula, but it didn't work. So we said maybe we should go back a little further. So we went back to the 30s, and I Got Rhythm. I got music. I got My Girl, Who Could Ask for Anything. The lyrics. I said, this is great. Of course, I was familiar with the Ethel Merman version, but we stripped it down, and I wrote an introduction for it, and I changed the second verse. The lyrics. I thought I was going to get killed for changing Gershwin's lyrics, but I never heard a word about it.
Really?
No. So
Interesting.
it was something that Jay Siegel and I talk about sometimes in the studio that night, and I can't say this for any other record that we ever made. When they played back the finished mix, we looked at each other and said, if this isn't a hit, then I don't know what is, because it was the only one that just had everything. And we thought, this has got to be a hit. So it was.
You're talking about the Tokens, Portrait of My Love. You never recorded that one? It seems like that would be a Happening Bobby Miranda tune.
Yeah, well, it was. It was. It really was. But no, we didn't record it. Jay and the Tokens.
Now, you talked about going back in time. Song Mammy. It's going back. Why'd you, and you're still singing it, and it still sounds great, of course.
Yeah.
What brought that into your equation?
Well, that was the Tokens idea. I can't take credit for that.
Oh, okay.
In fact, I didn't want to do it.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't want to do it. We weren't recording because of that. You know.
Well, Jay's not around now, so if you want to cut it out.
No. I love Jay. We're still good friends and everything. But it was a song that, you know, just at the time, 1968, it was just a sensitive time, as it is now.
Yeah.
And that song just, you know, brought up the wrong kind of feelings, I think,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But we did it finally, and it was a number 12 in the country.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we did the same thing. We just put the happening spin to it.
Yeah.
And
It still sounds great. As I mentioned in sound check, still sounds good. Now, the happenings from when you had those hits, when you took off, and all over the country, all over the world. I mean, you have to be proud of what you've accomplished. Coming out of
Oh, yeah.
Dickinson High School in Patterson, New Jersey, you got to be proud.
Central High School, yeah.
Not Dickinson?
No,
I must have read something wrong.
yeah. It was Central High School.
Central High School.
Yeah. I'm very proud of it, you know,
Yeah,
that I'm
that's
still
good.
around and I'm thankful.
And your voice still sounds, how to keep your voice still going strong, like it was 1968.
I think it, for me, it's just to
Just
keep on
good.
singing. Once you take some time off
Yeah.
and it's a muscle, and there's, you know,
Yeah.
just like
Listen,
any
I
other
have something
muscle.
for you here. I have one of our TV cups,
Oh,
just for you,
great,
and because we're going to let you get ready for the show tonight.
okay.
And once again, Bobby Miranda of The Happening, still going strong from the 60s, and look forward to tonight's show. Bobby, thank you.
Thank
Keep
you.
rocking, brother.
Thank you,
You're
Dennis.
the best.
God bless. Let's go back to 1966 with See You in September. Be alone each and every night while you're waiting for me to write. So long, farewell. So long. See you in September. See you when the summer's through. Here we are, saying goodbye at the station. Summer vacation, baby. And taking you away. Have a good time, but remember there is danger in the sound of the ball. Will I see you in September or lose you to a summer love? Come on, sing along with us. Oh yeah. Bye, baby, goodbye. Oh yeah. Bye, baby, goodbye. Bye, baby, goodbye. Bye, baby, goodbye. Have a good time, but remember there is danger in the summer world. Will I see you in September or lose you to a summer love?
Welcome back. My name Dennis Dion Nardone, and this is Rock and Roll and cable show BronxNet, and we are here with a legend. Can I call you the legend?
I'm not a legend.
Well, you're a legend. And I gotta tell you, Bobby Brooks Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, and I gotta tell you, and I think I was telling you before on my radio show, one thing I've always said, I wish I was able to see Jackie Wilson perform Mr. Excitement. I love playing his music, and it's just, you could feel the energy, you could feel it. And tonight, we're backstage right now, and you're gonna be on stage in a little while.
Yes.
And you do a great tribute to your father, Jackie Wilson. And you gotta be proud of that. And you do a great job. And I don't know how many people you reach, like myself, out there in the audience and feel the emotion that, you know, some of them seen your father, some haven't, and, you know, it's just exciting.
That's
the way you
awesome.
bring down that performance and bring it back to action. So you got to be proud of your tribute to your dad.
Well, you know, I go out there and give them the best me I can give them, and apparently a lot of me is my dad. I never got a chance to see him perform, as you know, and except for the videos that came out recently on YouTube. Yeah, I was shocked also at the point that I kind of I have his energy.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said your dad gave you his show.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool.
Bobby Brooks Wilson. Now, Bobby, where did you grow up? Where are you from?
I grew up in South Carolina, foster home. There was I grew up there, and then went to high school there, and a little bit of college at University of South Carolina, Benedict College, Midland Tech College. Got married and decided to join the Navy.
And after the Navy, I hear you were a police officer.
I did a little bit of work as a K-9 cop.
Out in Hawaii, right?
Yeah, in Honolulu. I was a range.
5-0.
Yeah, I was a range master at the same time, but I looked completely different. I was
Yeah.
240 pounds from that. Yeah, I was a big boy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a different life. You know?
Okay. Then you started singing. I mean, when you were singing, all of a sudden you say, you know what, I'm going to do this for a living?
No, it wasn't like that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. How did it happen?
No.
Because you told me you left the police department and said, I'm going to sing.
Well, I was singing. I was hanging out with a bunch of Samoans, Hawaiians, and they kept taking me to the karaoke bar during the time I was going through a transition period from leaving the Navy and you know, settling in with the K-9 units, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do the rest of my life, and I was they finally talked me into singing because I was very shy, if you can believe that. And they taught me into singing My Girl, and when I did that, that's when Peter Hernandez from Brooklyn, New York, walked up and offered me a job with his group, the Love Notes.
Love Notes.
That was.
Now,
my
what year are
thing.
we talking about?
Now we talking 1989, 1990.
Okay.
I mean, I wasn't born yet, but that's what I'm talking.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah. But so Peter offered me a job. I go down to Waikiki Sheraton. I see Peter's group, the Love Notes, 7 guys singing great harmonies, 7 girls, ladies. His wife handling the ladies and singing along with him. Also Bernie, and then his son.
What are they doing? Doo-wop, Motown?
Doo-wop,
R&B?
Motown,
Okay.
early rock and roll. I mean, we even had Pico Payne from the Ink Spots as part of the show.
Wow.
And we backed him on 2 of his songs. You know, so when they hired me as a second tenor, first tenor.
Right.
You know, so that was my job. I didn't have to worry about anything but my parts. And so, no, that was my beginnings, my humble beginnings, and it was great. And of course, little Bruno was 5 years old. And he was baby Elvis in the show. His uncle, which was Johnny Valentine, was the big Elvis in the show. So Bruno learned. I know he was learning a lot from his uncle.
Yeah.
As well as doing his own thing. Plus his mom and his dad, they both were showbiz people. So that was my beginnings.
That was the beginning.
Yeah, and so I fell in love with it. I found myself wanting to do more, and that's when I gave up the gun and the badge and the dog, and became full-time entertainer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you move to Vegas at that point?
No, I stayed there for longer than that. I was there for about 5 years with the Love Notes, and then Paul Revere of the Raiders walked in and saw me doing my show. But they came in to see Bruno.
Oh, okay.
Okay, at the time, I think Bruno was between 6 and 9, and he was doing Michael Jackson by then.
Oh, okay.
So we had a full-fledged Michael Jackson, Jackson 5 tribute. that we were doing in the show, where we have the wigs and the 70s outfit.
yeah.
We're doing ABC medley, and Bruno was the front man. So they came to see Bruno, and then Paul recognized me. Paul pointed me out and said, "Hey, Bopper, you know what you look like?" You know. And from there, I was with Paul Revere for the next 10 years. Yeah, because he hired me and pushed me to be more than I could be. And he made me do a tribute to Jackie Wilson in the Legends and Concert show. It was him and his push.
Wow.
Nobody else. I mean, a lot of people told me, "Oh, man, you should do Jackie Wilson." But I didn't pay him no attention. Paul actually pushed me to do it. Because I wasn't, people say, "Oh, you should do Jackie Wilson." I was like, that's not me.
Yeah.
But then Paul was one, grabbed me by my ear and said, "Listen, you're going to do Jackie Wilson for me." And that was the beginning. So once I learned the songs, had a vocal coach, and she taught me how to sing the songs. I was on my way, and that's when the family came out of nowhere, out of the woodwork. The first people were the Four Tops. And I'll never forget Levi Stubbs' look on his face. "Where'd you come from?" And I was like, "What?" You know, "Where'd you come from?" "You gotta be family." That's what he said. That's the first words. And then Lawrence Payton followed up with, "Who's your mom?" And I'm like, "Well, what my mom's got to do with it?" You just tell me who your mom is. And when I told them, they knew my mom. And then from there, they introduced me to the family, and then everything went from there.
Very interesting.
And I took the after meeting the family and really doing all the work that needed to be done, I felt like it was my life mission, not then, to take my dad's flag and fly it, and to keep his music going. And along with my baby brother Thor, who passed away a few weeks ago.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he's with Pops now, but me and him both. You know, we're going to keep Pop's music alive.
Well, that's good. That's good.
And
My guest, Bobby Brooks Wilson, and you're hearing the stories how he got started. And today we're at Holy Cross High School, and he's going to be on stage in a few minutes. We have to get ready.
2 minutes.
And does a tribute to Jackie Wilson, Mr. Entertainment. And I got to tell you, if you haven't seen this fine entertainment, you have to get out there and see his act. Now, before we leave,
I got to plug my song now.
Yeah, but before we leave, now you do some other tributes, right? Some other singing, or you?
Well, I cover all the music. I don't really do tributes. I just cover the music. I cover the music of Richard, Little Richard, and Marvin Gaye, and Nat King Cole, and Johnny Mathis, and all those things in my regular show.
Okay.
My regular 90-minute show, which is called Bobby Brooks Wilson Live.
Yes.
In that show, I do a special tribute to my dad in the show, but most of them is I'm just touching and go on music, but I really get into the characters.
Are you out in Vegas full time?
I live in Vegas.
Okay.
I live in
You doing
Vegas.
any work out there?
From time to time. My next show is June the 1st in Vegas, and then my show after that.
Before we go, I'm going to give you one of our TV mugs.
Oh, thank you.
And, would you say something about a song?
Oh, I have a hit song out on iHeartRadio Top 100. It's been on the Top 100 for 40 weeks. It's called Bridges Are Burning. You can download it. It's on Spotify. It's everywhere.
We'll look forward to it.
Yeah.
Bobby
Thank
Brooks
you.
Wilson, thank you, brother.
Thank you very
Keep
much.
rocking.
Thanks for having me.
My name's Dennis Dion Nardone, and we're going to go to some videos of Bobby.
Put your hands together. This is a big, big song for my dad, 1967. Anybody from Chicago out there? Okay, let's talk about you. This song was recorded in 1967 in Chicago with the Funk Brothers, which was the Motown band. They flew in and paid them time. They paid them double time to do the song. They laid it down in 2 takes. 2 of the people that sung background on my dad's songs was a lady named, oh man, I forgot her name. Anyway, 2 famous ladies, Cissy Houston and Darlene Love. So I want to bring the memory of this song back. Are you ready? Let's go. You didn't pay the light bill, did we? I want you to look at your neighbor right now and tell your neighbor, I love you. Just do it right now. Now I want you to look at yourself. Ooh, there's a lot of y'all out here. Now I want you to look at yourself. Tell yourself, I love you. It's the golden rule. You can't love nobody until you love yourself. And when you love yourself, then you can love everybody. Love you one another is what we're going to do tonight. So come on, put your hands together. And we're going to spread it out the way. Oh, yeah, come on. Now repeat after me. Are you ready? Let me hear you say higher, higher, higher,
Well, that's all we have time for tonight. But I want to say thank you to our guest, Bobby Miranda, original lead singer of The Happenings, Bobby Brooks Wilson, the son of the legendary Jackie Wilson. I want to say thank you to our staff and, of course, BronxNet TV. Our producers, Vic Sabatini, Tyrone Burkle, and Al Belfiore. And Just Nuts Band, and, of course, the Just Nuts Music School there on Tremont Avenue. Learn an instrument. ClubDennis911.net is my website. My radio shows every Saturday, Sunday morning. Please tune in, WVOX, 1460 AM. As we go out, God bless you. God bless the USA. My name's Dennis Dion Nardone, and I look forward to another edition of This is Rock and Roll.
Extra footage for this episode was provided by Sonny Maxon from the sunny side of rock and roll. Check him out.
Girl, I see what you're doing out there. I see those moves you're making. I'm here to let you know, baby, cause I'm the one. So my name is Vic and I'm really slick. And I pose my realists and I do them really quick. When I'm on the job, putting on the show, cause I'm looking bold out like another Rambo.
Hey Al, I got an idea.